The 2025 NFL Draft is supporting one of the best running back classes of all time. We're going to see multiple all-pro running backs from this draft class, multiple fantasy football producers, left and right. One thing we need to do is look at how these guys were coming out of high school during the recruiting process. So today, we're going to be looking at their scouting portfolio, looking at what they did in high school, and everything else in between. Before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're looking at this 2025 NFL Draft class every single day this offseason. We're looking at these players for your Dynasty rookie drafts, and we're helping you build your Dynasty teams. Click that subscribe button. Stop missing out. We're looking at Derrick Henry's high school footage here, but we're starting off with Ashton Jeanty, the top running back in this class, the first running back who's going to be selected in this draft class, and he was a 4-star running back coming out of high school, ranked as the 29th best running back in the class. However, the 24/7 Sports Composite had him ranked as the 90th best running back in the class as a 3-star. Back then, he was 5'9", 195 pounds. He got 15 offers, went to Boise State, ran 11.13 100 meters during high school, and what you saw on tape was a very good running back prospect, but racked up stats in the receiving game, catching 42 balls in 2021, 55 in 2020, which is a lot at the high school level. In 2021, he racked up 1,800 yards, and what we saw from him in high school is very similar to what we saw at Boise State. Good feet, moves laterally well, good contact balance, good vision, good patience around the line of scrimmage, power, and can also catch the ball out of the backfield. In 2024, his final season at Boise State, had 2,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, showcased all those traits while on the field. The next running back we're looking at here is Omarion Hampton. He was a 4-star prospect, ranked as the 11th best running back in the 2022 recruiting class. He was 6 foot 215 during the recruiting process. 24/7 Sports said he was thickly built, tough runner, has good patience, good vision, and is a player that can find the hole. In 2019, he rushed for 2,400 yards, 35 touchdowns. He was a mega producer. On top of that, he received 22 offers. Other schools after him was like Penn State, Auburn, Florida, other big programs. What you see on tape here is a running back with good size, good power, also has some pull-away speed. He's electric. At North Carolina, back-to-back 1,500-plus yard seasons, and in 30 touchdowns in the last 2 years. He is looking to get drafted in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. The next running back that we're looking at here, Quinshon Judkins. He was a part of the 2022 recruiting class, ranked as the 53rd best running back in the class. They gave him a 3-star. 24/7 Sports Composite also had him as a 3-star, but ranked 46th in the class there. 5'11", 200 pounds. Started a career off at Ole Miss. Transferred January 5th of 2024 to Ohio State. We received 26 offers, though. For a running back ranked around the 50 range, that's a ton of offers. On top of that, big schools like Florida, Auburn, Notre Dame, Arkansas were all after him. SEC schools, powerhouse programs, and we are productive in high school. In 2020, we rushed for 1,400 yards, 25 touchdowns. The year prior, 1,100 yards, 16 touchdowns. His profile looks solid. It looks rock solid. He should not have been ranked that low, but looking at what he did at Ole Miss, he hit instantly 1,500 yards as a freshman. Following year, 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards at Ohio State in 16 games. And what you saw then is what you saw in high school. Good speed, good power, good vision, good patience, had some wiggle, had some pull away. This is a running back prospect that should have been rated a lot higher coming out of high school. The next running back we're looking at here, TreVeyon Henderson. He was a 5-star, ranked as the #1 running back in the 2021 class for 24/7 Sports. Weighed in during the recruiting process, 5'11", 195 pounds. They are notating he had good vision, burst, speed, good cutback ability, high-level athlete. In a scouting report, rushed for 2,400 yards, 45 touchdowns in 2019. He was a mega producer. Everybody wanted this kid. Almost had 40 offers with 39. Ohio State, Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, some schools that were looking at him, plus many more. And it's evident. The speed and explosiveness pops on tape. Home run hitter. That's what we saw throughout his career at Ohio State. Final year there, over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Freshman year, we had 15 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. We had some injuries in between, but still a solid career at the college level. Our next running back is Kaleb Johnson. 3-star running back here, but one of the top running backs in the class, should be drafted on day 2. Ranked as the 43rd best running back in the 2022 recruiting class. The composite had him ranked 35th. 6'1", 215. We're a big prospect coming out of high school. They did not do a scouting report on him, but it's evident on the tape he's a solid talent. We did commit to Cal, but we decommitted and went to Iowa instead, and there we put the stamp on things. We had 17 offers. Cal, Iowa State, Ball State, Cincy, a few other schools. Of course, we went to Iowa. But when you watch the tape, he moves laterally very well. Quick to get downhill, has some power, but also had that extra gear deep downfield, 50-plus yards downfield. He can pull away a little bit, not the fastest guy out there, kind of like what you saw in college. Finished his college career in Iowa, 1,500 yards, 21 touchdowns. Really elevated his stock, but he also broke out as a freshman, 779 yards, 6 touchdowns, catches the ball in his high school tape. The thing about this, he went to Iowa, and only saw a few targets because the top target getter there only saw 47 targets, but still, this is a running back prospect with a lot of upside. Next, we are looking at Dylan Sampson. He was a 3-star in the composite for 24/7 Sports, but a 4-star in the rankings, ranked 24th best among running backs in his class, 36 in the composite, listed at 5'9", 180 during the recruiting process, and he was a speedster. 10, 4.8, 100-meter time. That's electric. That's top tier for a 100-meter time. That's blazing the track. We also received 24 offers. Big schools like Colorado, Cal, Purdue, all after him. We settled in with Tennessee. We are productive too, 1,300 yards, 22 touchdowns. When you put it on the tape, you see the speed. You also see him be very explosive. Of course, good vision, good contact balance, good feet, good in the open field. At Tennessee, our final year there, when we got the opportunity to be the guy, almost 1,500 yards, 22 touchdowns, very productive in the SEC. This is a very good running back prospect that got injured late in the season that's looking to get good draft capital in the 2025 NFL Draft. Our next running back is Cam Skattebo. 0-star prospect, not ranked, 5'10", 200 pounds. No scouting report, of course. We enroll at Sac State, FCS school, but that's a big-time FCS school if you study FCS ball. We then transfer to Arizona State. Final year there in 2024, 1,700 yards. On the high school tape, you see vision, you see power, you see crazy contact balance, good feet, good lateral quickness. I'm not the fastest guy in the world. I would say this, his hips were a little bit more stiff back then. They loosened up. You can definitely tell he improved as a runner throughout his collegiate career. A player that's getting better, a hard-nosed football player, no matter what, though. Next running back we're looking at here is R.J. Harvey. He was a 3-star prospect, dual threat, played some quarterback, ranked 52nd in the class among dual threat quarterbacks, 5'10", 182, so he's down there in the rankings. And we originally enrolled with Virginia. We had 13 offers. Small schools, medium-sized schools were after him. We clocked in with a 4.41 40-yard dash and a 38.6 vert. So fast and explosive. We can throw the ball a little bit. We had 23 passing touchdowns in 2018. 1,300 rushing yards, though. 25 touchdowns. We're coming out as a running back here. We eventually transfer to UCF. And in our final 2 years, we blow up. 22 touchdowns our final year, 1,500 yards. When you watch him at quarterback, you're seeing good play speed. You're seeing him explosive with the ball in his hands. He knows the offense well. He is a top-tier producer, a very smart player. Next, we're looking at Bhayshul Tuten. 0-star prospect, starter collegiate career going to North Carolina A&T. Of course, we don't get a scouting report, and we transfer to Virginia Tech in 2023. And the one thing you see on his highlight tape, elite speed, elite burst, home run hitter in the open field. We saw that at Virginia Tech, where in 2024, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. Look for him to get drafted higher than expected in the 2025 NFL Draft. One of my favorite running backs, Damien Martinez, 3-star prospect, ranked as the 35th best running back in the 2022 recruiting class, 48th in the composite, also a 3-star there. 5'10", 220, a big running back at the high school level. We go to Oregon State, we ball out, we transfer to Miami in 2024, but we also had 5 offers. College football slept on this kid. Georgia Tech was after him, Kansas, but still. 11.37, 100-meter time, not the fastest guy, never will be the fastest guy, but produced all right at the NFL Combine. But what you see on tape is a good patient runner with good feet, moves laterally well, excellent contact balance, can break off runs, tough to tackle. You got to come right when you bring him down. We produced at both colleges. At Oregon State, we had 1,100 yards in 2023, 1,000 yards at Miami in 2024. This is a guy that's going to be making an impact at the NFL level. The next running back we're looking at is Devin Neal. He was a 4-star in 24/7 Sports ranking, ranked as the 14th best running back, a 3-star though in the composite, the 28th best running back there in the 2021 recruiting class. Listed at 5'11", 208 during the recruiting cycle here. They said he's a muscled up athletic runner, has a good accelerator, good contact balance, with patience when you're approaching the line of scrimmage with good burst. 1,300 yards and 20 touchdowns in 2020, 1,600 yards and 26 touchdowns in 2019. He was very productive. Still just 5 offers. Iowa tried to get him, Kansas State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State. So some big schools were trying to chase him down. So probably some more offers than what was listed there. 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons at Kansas. Productive as a freshman with 700 yards. What you see on the high school tape, slick vision, one cut downhill back, assertive play style, very aggressive, will run through you, but yet has some burst in the open field. Not the fastest guy, but does have a little bit of pull away to get the job done. Next running back we're looking at is DJ Giddens, one of my favorite running backs in the 2025 NFL Draft class. He was a 0-star prospect. 6'1", 212 is what he was listed at. They only have Kansas State listed on the offer sheet. He probably got many more, especially from FCS schools. No scouting report. We enrolled with Kansas State in 2022, and we are productive. Back-to-back 1,000-plus yard seasons at Kansas State in 2023 and 2024. One thing you'll see is a nasty spin move from this dude. He's very elusive with good speed. Home run hitting speed and can catch the ball out of the backfield. This is a very good running back prospect with a lot of upside. The next running back we're looking at is a 5-star running back, Donovan Edwards, one of the top running backs in the 2023 recruiting class, 5-star in the 24/7 Sports rankings, 4-star in the composite, ranked as the 2nd best running back in the class. There was times where he was ranked number 1 during that time, 4th in the composite. During the recruiting process, he was listed at 5'11", 190. But what they were saying, he was comparable to Alvin Kamara in the scouting report. Physical, has good burst, violent runner. I don't see that at all. I kind of see like an Alvin Kamara who ate Clyde Edwards-Helaire type of talent. You see it in the vertical. 33.1 vertical at the opening, with a height listed at 5'10.5", 203 pounds during that time. Rushed for 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns in 2019. We received 43 offers. College football was hot for him. LSU, Georgia Tech, Alabama, Auburn, big-time schools after him, small schools after him. It was a hot market for Donovan Edwards. As we know, we do not live up to that 5-star status. We do not live up to that hot market. Over 4 years, just 2,200 rushing yards. Best season, 2022, 991 yards, 7.1 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns. Some can say he does not fit the Michigan system, but also he does not fit on tape to what the scouting report was saying. So maybe this was a major whiff from the recruiting sites in college football. Next is Ollie Gordon. 4-star prospect in the 24/7 Sports composite, 3-star in the rankings, ranked as the RB41 in the class, RB19 in the composite in the class of 2022. We have size, though, listed at 6'1", 210. During the recruiting process, on tape, you can see that height, you can see the length, and you got to frame the build more. You can definitely tell this is going to be a bigger running back in the future back then, and he was very productive. 2,400 yards in 2021, 2,000 in 2020, over 4,000 yards, pushing 2,500 yards in 2 seasons there. 18 offers, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, Hawaii, Houston, some big programs, smaller programs after him. And this was a decorated prospect coming out of high school. As we all know, at Oklahoma State in 2023, we blow up 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns. He's got a good frame. Also has good bursts in the second level during that time. And still holds up very good throughout his collegiate career. He's a bigger running back now. He was huge at the Senior Bowl. That's the one thing you'll hear from everybody who scouted him live and in person. The next running back I'm looking at is Woody Marks. 4-star running back prospect here in the 2020 recruiting class, ranked as the RB11, RB16 in the composite. Back then, 5'10", 190. We signed with Mississippi State after receiving 24 offers, which is a hot market. Alabama, Wisconsin, Arkansas were all after this kid. He ran 11.16 100-meter time. Not the fastest guy, not the most twitchiest running back, but he gets the job done. Had a vertical of 36.1 inches. So decent explosiveness, about average there coming out of high school. Production was there, 1,900 yards, 23 touchdowns in 2019, 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns in 2018. Just a solid athletic profile coming from this kid. On tape, you'll see a rocked up frame with a good stiff arm, a good powerful runner. Not the fastest guy, but he's not slow either. Good vision, good patience, good between the tackles, good in the open field. As we all know, he finished his career at USC where he blew up for 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 47 catches. He's good in the passing game. He's got good length. This is a very good running back prospect. And those are the running backs that we're talking about today. Going back, looking at their high school portfolio, what they did in high school. A lot of upside with these players. A lot of running backs here that are looking to do big things at the NFL level. I'm guaranteed we're going to get multiple all-pro running backs from this class. Let me know in the comments who's your favorite running back from this 2025 NFL draft class. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.